Hey painting friends, it's Stoof here. Welcome back to my channel. I have exciting news to share with you guys. If you already follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen this news, but this is my official announcement to my YouTube channel here. I am expecting a baby in December of 2024, so several months from now. I'm at the end of my second trimester right now, and things are still going pretty well. No pain, and I still have my energy, so that's good. You may have noticed that I haven't posted a whole lot of new landscape paintings the past few months, and that is because I've been working on a massive project that has taken the last 4.5 months of my free time to complete, but it is now complete. And that project is a full wall mural in the nursery. So I'm excited to share with you what I've been working on the past few months. Let's head on down to the nursery and I'll show you the mural. Okay, we are in the nursery now. This is the baby's name, Sierra. We chose to name her after the Sierra Nevada mountains because it's one of my favorite places in the world. We made this wood wall. We bought each plank. My husband Nate put that all together. He made it all nice and pretty, and then we bought the letters pre-cut like that and just put them up there. Have a little shelf where we're gonna put some little woodland stuffed animal creatures on the wall there. And here's the mural. So I started this mural way back in spring 2024 after finding out that we were expecting, and started to prep the nursery room. I looked up a bunch of reference photos from Artist Point in Yosemite. It's one of those iconic viewpoints just up the mountain from tunnel view. So if you come through that Wawona tunnel and you get out to the tunnel viewpoint, if you cross the street and go up the hill there on the trail, that'll take you to Artist Point. So from Artist Point, you just have a little bit of a different perspective than you do from tunnel view, and it's a little higher up. You have a little bit of like a ledge there with some trees lining your view. So I chose that as the main viewpoint for this mural. I got everything sketched out there. I decided to paint Half Dome larger than it actually is perceived in real life, just so that it stands out a little bit, because Half Dome is what everybody thinks of when they think of Yosemite. So I wanted to make that a little bit more obvious in this mural. I painted just like your normal afternoon puffy clouds. After getting the base clouds painted in, I started to work on the raven flying through the sky. Next, I started to work on the landscape, focusing on things in the background first and then making my way up to the foreground. Mixing in all of my acrylic paint colors, trying to keep that atmosphere pretty light with contrast in the background so that Half Dome and those features on the east side of the valley are farther in the distance. And I started to make my way closer to the foreground. I added a little bit more color to the valley here, like it was a mid-September afternoon, so some of the trees are starting to get a little bit more color, but it's still green for the most part. Kept working on those ridges there. I filled in the base colors for El Cap on the left side, and on the right side I started to work on the highlights and shadows of Bridal Veil Fall and Cathedral Rocks. Starting to use more warm greens as I'm getting closer to the foreground. And on that right side, I put in some baby animals. I put in that baby black bear, baby bobcat, and then I put in a Steller's jay and a western fence lizard. I kept painting in more and more of the forest and the trees and some of these sage type plants in the foreground here. Then I started to work on the animals on the left side. We did a baby mule deer here. I love how big their ears are in proportion to their bodies when they're babies. It's so cute. He's got his little spots because he's just a little baby. I gave it some little eyelashes too to make it just a little bit cuter. Started to add some grass on that lower left. Kept working on the bushes, and then I started to fill in more grass, and I painted in a golden mantle ground squirrel. Put some flowers on some of these grasses, so I added in some of those California poppy flowers. Also added in some lupins. And then on the left in the tree, I felt like it needed something there, so I put a pygmy owl in there. After painting in the owl, I just did some final touches to the trees. I added a snake in the lower left corner as well, and just went around and touched up a couple features to make everything perfect. I did a baby mule deer. The mule deer are pretty common in Yosemite and the Sierra Nevadas. I did a golden mantle ground squirrel. These guys are everywhere in the national park. I also did a California mountain king snake. I think these are one of the most beautiful snakes in the Sierra Nevadas. I added some lupin flowers, some poppies, the classics that you see in Yosemite and the Sierra Nevadas. I wanted to paint a northern pygmy owl to include more birds in the scene. Here we have the view from Artist's Point. I put the heart in El Capitan. Got Bridal Veil Fall flowing with water. Up here I have the raven. I put a little baby black bear cub. And down in this corner we have a Steller's jay. That's that blue jay looking bird right there. These guys are pretty iconic for Yosemite and the Sierras. I have a baby bobcat. We've seen a bobcat before when we were hiking around in Yosemite, so I wanted to put that in there. And a western fence lizard. These guys are everywhere on the rocks. I love them so much. They're so cute. They have those blue bellies that are really shiny. If you catch one and you flip them over, you can see they have a really pretty blue belly. So those are all the animals I wanted to add. Alright guys, I hope you like the mural. I really hope baby Sierra likes the mural. I know she's probably not gonna know what it is for like a year. But as she grows up, I hope that she'll learn to love nature and wildlife as much as I do. We're hoping to take her on travel adventures and hikes with us as she grows, and teach her about all of the beautiful things in this world. A few of my friends and family members have already asked me if I plan on doing more murals for other people as part of my business in the future, and at this time I'm gonna say no. It's just a lot of work. I have a lot of respect for muralists. It's just a much larger scale than I'm used to working on, so I don't intend to make this part of my business model, but I did really enjoy the finished result once this was done. It was just a lot of work to get here, but makes you appreciate it even more once it's done. And the great thing about this one is I will get to see this every day of my life for several years, or at least until Sierra gets old enough to want to paint over it, which will be sad. But thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you liked my mural of Yosemite Valley with all the cute little animals in the background there. Have a wonderful day and happy painting. Bye.